Thank you, and I give the call to the member for Fisher.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. I want to thank the member for Adelaide for bringing on this important motion, because it is critical in times like this that Australia stand with like-minded countries like Ukraine. Like-minded democracies must stand together against oppression and military attacks such as we've seen in Ukraine by Russia's illegal and immoral invasion 3.5 years ago. The efforts of President Zelensky must be highlighted. When Ukraine was first invaded in February of 2022, story has it that President Zelensky was encouraged to flee from Ukraine to save himself and his family, because Russia was expected to take Kyiv in a matter of a couple of days. And you know what his response was, Madam Deputy Speaker? His response was, "I don't want to lift. What I need is ammunition." And that one line garnered the support of the Ukrainian people, to see their president stand up against the totalitarian oppression that President Putin is trying to take parts, if not all, of Ukraine by force. That one sentence galvanised the Ukrainian people to now, 3.5 years later, still maintaining control over certainly most of Ukraine. It's an absolute travesty. It is a tragedy. It is a human tragedy to see the number of lives that are being lost in Ukraine during this fight. But I want to also send a shout-out to the Ukrainian ambassador to Australia, Vasyl Miroshnichenko. When I was the Speaker of the House of Representatives, I was fortunate enough to secure an address from President Zelensky, and Vasyl has been instrumental in facilitating that address. But Vasyl has been the ambassador, the Ukraine ambassador, has been a model diplomat for Australia and our foreign dealings with Ukraine. And Vasyl, I know you'll be reading this, or you may even be watching it now. I am personally incredibly proud of the way that you have represented your country. In such, I think you said the other night at your celebration that you'd been back to Ukraine 8 or 9 times. No country could expect more from their diplomatic corps than you have so incredibly proudly represented your people and your country here in Australia, or anywhere else in the world for that matter. So hats off to you, Vasyl. I want you to know that the coalition, and this is a bipartisan perspective, both the coalition and I think most people in this chamber would absolutely support and applaud you and the people of Ukraine for standing up against aggression. We face a lot of challenges in this world right now in so many respects. We have conflict in the Middle East. We have conflict in the subcontinent. We have conflict, of course, now in Europe. And we have threatened conflict in Asia. The world is so unstable right now. But this is where countries like Australia must stand resolutely with our friends and allies in the Pacific and in Europe. And thank you, Vasyl, for the work that you've done in representing your people. There is much work to be done in securing the security of this country. from a lot of the perils that lay ahead, but we need to work together to do it. Authorised by Andrew Wallace, LNP, Boccarina, Queensland.